Be right here, Buzz TV. Oh, what a fun day. Well, you know the guy sitting to the left of me. I know a lot of people. They call him God. I know a few other people that still call him Big Jack Buckler. But you know, it is Saturday and I don't want my head chopped. So we're just going to go with what we all call him, Steve I.
Okay, I'm good with that.
So we're at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, Steve. How was this today?
It was fantastic. I just love doing these things.
Oh, you were playing. We were lucky and caught an hour of Steve I, so we're more than happy. If I can, turn the clock back real quick. We just spoke with Graham Bonnet and his new band over at NAMM. He had amazing and lovely things to say about you.
Oh, Graham, he's so good. Yeah.
My first question is, how did Graham find you during the Alcatraz days?
Well, you know, that was interesting because I'm sure you remember when Alcatraz came out, their guitar player was Yngwie Malmsteen.
Correct.
And Yngwie was just a freakazoid. You know, he was playing, and the way he was playing, we were all just stunned. You know, so then he did like one record in a tour, and at the end of the tour, he had left the band, or they had fired him, whatever. I don't know. And they had 3 shows left on the contract, and they needed somebody to replace him. And I wasn't real. I just had done the Zappa stuff, you know.
Right.
And I felt the pull to kind of go back to my metal roots, you know. So I auditioned for the band and I got the gig, and I had one day to learn the entire set.
Oh, that must have been fun.
Yeah, but Graham and I, you know, we were very close, you know. We enjoyed each other's company, and we liked hanging with each other and recording and writing music together. He's an incredible singer.
Oh, really. He really is, and you know, still has his pipes. We saw him a couple weeks ago. Sounds great.
Great, I'm glad to hear that. He's just a cool guy.
And that Alcatraz album, still to this day, is one of my favorite. I mean, I really, really love that album.
Thank you. You know, it's funny that for my entire catalog, that's a record that no one that you know, the fans that know it, they usually tell me they like that record a lot. I really enjoyed it. We really felt like we made a different kind of a record in that period. You know, it wasn't really what was expected of us, but they hired me, so
but
expect the unexpected.
Yeah, and it was a great thing. Now, if I could touch even a little deeper, because we did bring up Frank Zappa. Out of all the time you were with him, what do you think the biggest thing that you took away from that experience was?
Well, there was so much, you know. Frank, I was very young.
Exactly.
And what I noticed was when Frank wanted to do something, he just did it. When he got an idea, he was always present. He was totally present. And when he got an idea to do something, he just did it, man. He just, he didn't wait for anybody to do it for him. He didn't make excuses. And I thought, you know, when I had left his band, I was still very young, and I thought, well, that's what you do. You want to, the world is your oyster. Whatever you want to play, whatever kind of project you want to do, you just do it. And that's what I took away.
And you've done some great things through the years.
I've had so much fun. I've such a great career.
Now, here's something. Matt and I were lucky enough to be at Lucky Strike a little while ago. In fact, we had 4 cameras there that night.
You did?
Oh, we had 2 in 4K. We had the 3D camera, and we had one other going. Is there any chance that show might happen sometime down the road, or maybe even tour?
There could be. Could be. I would be very thrilled to see something like that happen. It's not that there's no desire from all of us. We're all into doing some kind of a thing like that, but there's a lot of moving parts right now because everybody's gigging.
Exactly.
I mean, Greg Bissonette is probably the most in-demand drummer in the world, and also he plays with Ringo, so that's a little tough. And Billy is constantly working, you know.
Oh yeah, there's never a time he's not in someone's project or on tour.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much you know, you got to look like a year in advance to do something like that. But it's something that's kind of been, at least there's a positive overview of it.
Great. Now, Matt was actually backstage earlier and talking to Doug Pinnick, and then came out and told me, Dave's here, Dave's here. Was that planned, or did he just show up that night?
Well, what happened was Billy and I and Greg and Brett Tuggle, the keyboard player, we like to go out to like dinner like once a year just to hang out. Because we were so close on tour, you know.
That was a great tour.
That was so much fun, and it was an amazing tour. Imagine that.
We both saw it.
Oh.
And to this
But the
day,
tour itself, yeah, the people and the traveling the way we did, and just the whole rock star thing, it was a lot of fun. So we were talking, and they told me that it's the 30th anniversary of the Eat 'Em and Smile record, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, we're 30 years ago.
You know, and then they told me about the Lucky Strike thing, and they say on Wednesday nights usually there's just open stage. Why don't we go down and do it? You know, and I thought, yeah, let's do a couple of songs. And then we thought, well, let's ask Dave, because who knows, he might be, you know. So I put out the word to him, and he was really excited about it. He was like, yeah, man, I'll come down. So he came to my house, and it was so nice to hook up with him again. He's still intense, man, you know.
It really was. And, you know, I haven't seen Hollywood that crazy. There was a line outside that building around the corner past midnight trying to get in still.
Yeah, so we didn't announce that Dave was going to be there because we thought there'd be too many people. There was too many people anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, it holds 350 people, and they crammed like 1,200 people.
I heard almost 2,000 in there.
Probably, but the line went all the way down. It was crazy, and you know what's funny is, you know how they have a curtain on the stage?
Right.
I was so psyched, man. I mean, we were going to play Yankee Rose and Shy Boy.
Yeah, we saw the set list.
Did we lose the light? There we go. So we were going to play Yankee Rose, just those two songs, and we didn't rehearse them or anything. We're just going to do it. I was so on fire, just like, yeah. And I'm standing right in back of the curtain, and I'm just ready. I'm lit, you know. And I'm just about to play, and the owner comes up to me and goes, Steve, don't play. The fire marshal is here. They want us to evacuate 500 people. And I'm like, it was like Rockstar Interruptus or something, you know, Whammy Bar Interruptus. And I was still ready. I was gonna plow over it all and just start the song, you know. And they said, well, you'll go to jail. I thought, well. So I went back, and it was great. I went up to Dave. I said, you know, the gig's not going to happen. And he goes, great, perfect. Because he knew, because he just knows press and all that, what a brilliant kind of a press thing. It was shut down. There was fire trucks and.
Oh, they came in full suits. I mean, there was firemen.
Yeah, they had axes and everything.
Walking through this building. And the best part was, we need 500 people to leave.
That was hilarious.
And it was like, yeah, good luck getting one person to leave.
Yeah, they tried to ask 500 people to volunteer to leave, and they're bribing them with like guitar picks and autographs from the band. Nobody was like, nope.
No, oh yeah, everyone. No one, you'd be a fool to leave, you know, something that legendary. Now, we haven't seen you tour the States in a while. I think 13 might have been the last time. Anything on the horizon for people to see Steve?
I have something extremely exciting coming out in April. But there's going to be an announcement next week, and you'll all be all over it.
So, you know, check back, make sure you hit Steve's website. We're definitely going to pop that up, because we can't wait to see you again. I mean,
well, this is something much more than just me.
And we're just going to leave it at that. The hook's planted. You guys have to come back to see what it is. Now, I guess we know you're real busy, and I got to let you go, so we're going to, you know, end this with two last questions. The most important thing, what did we leave out that they need to know about Steve Vai?
Nothing. There's nothing you really need to know. It's best to just enjoy the music if you like it. I'm very ordinary, actually. I live a very simple life. There's nothing really that I can tell you about me that I think would be a surprise or a shock that you don't already know about yourself.
There you go. And again, we have links to everything. The website, his Facebook, all the stuff you're going to find. And again, April, we got big news coming. Now, here's something, if you're up for it. We have a little game we call Play Roll the Bones.
Say that again?
I have a game we play called Roll the Bones.
Roll the bones.
I got a 30-sided dice.
30-sided dice.
I have no idea.
Bones.
I have no idea where that came from.
Sympathy that the last fantasy camp was in Vegas?
Possibly.
What is this? Is that
No, that's what we're going to roll the bone on, because I have 30 pre-selected questions. I think even 4 of them have to deal with music. I don't know where that mirror came from. It was lying around here. But if you're up for it,
Okay. So what do I do?
just roll and let's see what number you get, and then we'll...
Hey, what are you doing?
5.
I see you messing around with it.
That's right. Number 5 is worst tour story.
Worst tour story?
Yeah, what's the worst tour story?
Oh my gosh. I've got a bunch of them.
Just pick one.
Palermo, Sicily, 1982. They never had a rock band. I was with Frank Zappa. They had never had a rock band in Palermo, Sicily, and the entire armed forces were out. And we were in a gigantic soccer stadium with 180,000 people. And the entire perimeter of the outside and the inside, because they didn't let anybody on the floor, was polizia, with guns. And somebody threw a rock and hit a cop, and it was a riot, full-on riot. And I'm on the stage looking, and they set out tear gas, and the tear gas came all the way around, and then they started shooting.
Oh, that's...
We had to escape and.
That is a bad tour. Yeah, that's a bad tour story.
So let me give you another one, because that's kind of depressing.
Yes, that was kind of scary.
Yeah, kind of scary. All right, worst. Well, that's a worst tour story.
That definitely fits worst. I don't know if we need to even go after that. We get best later.
Okay, well, I remember, when you're on tour, like a lot of people who work, you have to do it no matter what. If you're sick, if you're tired, whatever it is, you get on stage and you play. Unless, of course, you're dying or something, And I've only missed one gig in my whole life because I just couldn't do it. And it was funny because the show before that, I was on stage, and you get sick and you find the energy.
Exactly.
And you just like, how am I going to get through this show? And then you get up on stage and you figure it out. I got an hour into the show, and there was no more figuring it out. I was done, man. I had pneumonia. I didn't know it.
Oh, well, there you go.
And I just remember waking up, like on the side of the stage. I just collapsed, and they just carried me out, and I had to cancel the next show. But that was
not a good story either.
Yeah.
But at least you were okay and you survived it.
I sure did.
Well, let's see. I have to roll because I never play this without doing something myself. 2. Let's see what lucky 2 gives me.
That's a beautiful flaming X.
Oh, thank you. Age when de-virginized. Well, I started late. That would be 16.
That's pretty late.
Yeah, well, and it's sad because I grew up here in the valley.
Wow. Well, it's funny because it's different for a lot of people. So I have friends that were virgins until they were in their early 20s. That's rare.
It is. I mean, I was running around getting in clubs at 15 and 16. Just wasn't getting laid.
Yeah, that's when you're actually ready to have children.
Well, I know Steve's busy. He's got some studio work to do. We really, really appreciate the time you spent with us because I know time's limited. So for me, for Steve, for Buzz TV, for the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, we're out of here, guys. See ya. Be right here, Buzz TV. You just saw what we did with Steve, but now for some breaking news. You heard him say in April. Well, let's tell you what is in April. The tour is coming. You see it. It's right behind me. It's in your face. Now this thing's bopping all over the country. Betancourt, Yngwie Malmsteen, Zakk Wylde, Steve Vai. You got players like this, one stage, one show. How are you going to miss that? The info is all right here. It's in your face. So don't miss it. And you know, with any luck, Buzz TV is going to be able to give you some of that bang. HD, 3D, 4K. And with just a little bit of luck, we're going to be rolling that 360 video. And you just might see some of this in 360. But get yourself there now and get your tickets. They'll be going fast. See ya.